afternoon. Welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. We're honored to have with us in the studio Hazel English. Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Hazel English. What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for coming out and playing for us. Go ahead and do your tune-up thing or whatever you need to prep between. I'm curious. I would like to start with the first CD you bought, if you can remember. I was just talking to the boys before about it. Mine was Creed's Weathered.
Mine was Beastie Boys' Hello Nasty.
Oh, yes.
That's the first CD I bought with my own money.
Okay.
Without having to ask anybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great. Were your parents cool with that?
I don't think they even knew.
Okay.
I don't think they really cared.
Set
me on a course for sure.
Yes, right. Others?
I don't remember the first CD, but I do remember having a cassette of Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
Continuously playing on my Walkman.
Yes. Do you still identify with Backstreet Boys over NSYNC specifically, but maybe just them in general?
It's a really tough one, but I think, I don't know, Backstreet Boys kind of won my heart, but I do like NSYNC as well.
Okay, sure, yeah. Others?
Nice. I'm pretty sure mine was Turn the Radio Off by Real Big Fish.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Same thing, still a Real Big Fish fan?
I think I'm always a Real Big Fish
fan, man. Yeah. Do they still play
I think
Warped
they have
Tour?
a Warped Tour residency.
Okay, there we go.
I think they're just like a staple for Warped
I like that
Tour.
we both went for that joke right away
totally.
because that's just all there is to it. I've only been to Warped Tour 3 times, and I'm pretty sure I've seen them every time. So, yeah.
Pretty sure mine was Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Wow, yes.
I was a big metalhead back in middle school.
Okay.
Now I'm in an indie band.
Yeah, I was gonna say what shifted. Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't really into the long hair thing. I don't really grow long hair very
Okay,
well, so
sure.
I just cut it off and started playing indie
So
rock.
if you give that up, then you must go to a different
Exactly,
genre.
yeah.
Yeah. Hazel, are you still interested in pop music in general? Like, do you have an affinity for either what's popular now or maybe what's like been popular historically?
Yeah, I do. I have a real soft spot for 80s pop
Okay, yeah.
music.
Cool.
Yeah, I think for a long time I like thought, oh, I'm not into pop music, and then I was like, wait, I am into pop music, and I've just been like denying it this whole time. But
Yeah.
I guess I don't listen as much to like more recent pop music.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, I love 80s pop.
Yeah, I feel like especially in teenage years, it's easy to think like this is all really bad. You know, like that. It's
you're
not
kind of
cool,
like-
basically,
yeah,
to like it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of like taught like this is how. Like for a long time, even in school, I was like, oh, I'm not a prep. I'm not a prep, or
Sure.
I don't want to be a prep. And now I'm like, actually, I dress really preppy, and that's totally fine.
Maybe I am a prep, and that's totally fine. Cool. Well, thanks again for coming out. You guys can roll into that set when you're ready.
I couldn't waste all of my time thinking up ways to catch your eye. And I tried, but just didn't feel right. And besides, I was trying to get by. It's so funny how you live your life, always trying on a new disguise. And you lie to yourself all of the time. You rely on safety of denial. can't deny I'm paralyzed from the inside. Every day I wake to feel the same. Oh, and every time you ask me how I'm feeling, I just smile and tell you that I'm fine. Oh. I don't know why I'm terrified of everything. Just to call the doctor since don't leave. Oh, for most of my life I felt shy by uncertainty. Now it's just become a part of me. Oh.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Hazel English. Hazel, could you talk to me a little bit about your visual aesthetic, specifically as it applies to like music videos? I feel like there's this really cool in that thing, and then in is it Fix, the motorcycle
Yeah.
one? Yeah, there's just like some like real slow moving zoom shots. A lot of like I don't know, just like cool slow looking stuff. Like what like I don't know what attracts you to that look, to that style, and and a lot of cool colors. I guess I wanted to say too, especially in that thing. There's one like you have a blue dress on like a beige couch or something like that, and then a bright red dress that sparkles as well. Just curious about that kind of stuff.
Well, color is really important to me.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just always like loved wearing colorful things.
Yeah.
And I like to express myself with how I
With color.
dress.
Cool.
Yeah, and the slowness is more of like the cinematographer's part.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
But I've been lucky enough to work with some really great people, like really great directors and cinematographers for my music video. I'm so lucky, and it's always fun. I like making music videos because I'm quite a visual person as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your involvement in them as far as like, you telling them what to do, them telling you what to do, you bringing ideas to them, stuff like that?
Yeah, it's really a collaboration.
Okay.
And it depends. Like with the Fix video, I did have a lot of say in how I want and the storyline and how I wanted things to go. And then
Cool.
with that thing, I was just like a little more like, hey, I
Yeah,
want it to look
do this.
glamorous.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Sure.
And Keely and Luca are so talented that they just like worked their magic. So
Yeah, they
Yeah.
seem like that one especially is so cool looking throughout the entire thing. Yeah, I was trying to find some other stuff that they've done as well, but
yeah,
it
they've
looks
done
like
a bunch of the tennis videos.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
great.
that's what I found.
Yeah.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah.
And you're so you did writing for a while. Did you go to school for writing?
I
Did I make
did,
that up? Okay.
yes.
And then there's been multiple references to Philip K. Dick in tweets and things like that.
Yeah.
What specifically draws you to him and his writings?
I think his writing, he writes science fiction for those
Yep.
of you who don't know. He writes very philosophically, and I'm really interested in that, like where science fiction meets philosophy.
Sure.
I find that really interesting. He writes a lot about like what is reality, and I guess I'm really kind of interested in that, like your perception versus like what is the truth.
Sure.
And I don't know. It gets a little heady. but-
Yeah, but that's cool though. Does it find its way into your music at all? Would be my next question.
Yeah, I think so. It's not real, definitely. We're not going to play that, sorry.
Yeah.
But that song is definitely about like the whole like what is real, what is just my perception versus like what is reality.
Sure.
And yeah, I think I'm always like thinking about things from a philosophical standpoint. So Love Is Dead, actually we are going to play that. I kind of wrote it from like one of the lines is about the professor, and it's from a philosophy class that I had.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not going to go into
Yeah.
it. But
No worries.
yeah. So it's kind of like him saying love is dead, and talking about the concept of that,
Okay.
of
Cool.
desire. And
Very
anyway,
cool.
yeah, people think it's like I'm really like depressed or something. It's not literal.
Cool. I like that. You can go into your next song when you're ready. English on Audiotree Live. Hazel, are you a journals person? Like, do you keep journals?
Yes, I do.
And is that how you record lyrics as well, or would that be a separate thing?
Yeah. I usually kind of like cherry pick lyrics from my diary.
Okay.
And just get the best and like make it fit to the song and the melody that I have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then do you when you're writing like more personal stories, I suppose, or encounters? I'm curious how much care you take to disguise the subject. Is it important to you that people know what it's about, or is it okay that it's more of maybe an aesthetic thing, or maybe of like the sound of the words, things like that?
I think for me, it's important that people can create their own meaning from my songs. I think a lot of the stuff I write is pretty clear, or the message is pretty clear, but like, you know, the person listening might not know exactly my experiences or who I'm talking about, which is fine because it means they can apply it to their own lives and decide for themselves. But I'm always really interested to hear what people think, what their interpretation is.
Yeah, I saw a cool tweet where you like pulled something from Genius and said like the moment when your fan describes your song better than you can, basically.
Yeah, I didn't even know that website existed.
Yeah, and then you found
somebody
it all.
told me, oh, this person like, and I'm like, oh my god, people are really reading into it. That's cool.
Yeah. It's an interesting discussion, that relationship between like you make art, you distribute it, and then they interact with it in a way that, I don't know, you can't really expect, I suppose, however they're going to react to it, you know?
Yeah, it's really special to me when people say, oh, like, oh, I really relate to this, or this really helped me through this hard time or something.
Yeah, because art, I guess this is a question or a statement, I suppose. Like, because you're not writing songs for other people in some senses, right? Like, you're writing songs for you. So it's interesting that it does apply to them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do write definitely from my own experience, and I do write, like, for myself, but at the same time, and there's things that I feel like are important to talk about that may be hard for me to express, like I'm Fine, for instance, is a song about anxiety. And, you know, it's sometimes hard to be that honest, but I was also thinking, like, people need to be talking about anxiety more. So I also, like, try to keep that in mind. Like, maybe this could help other people if I, like, release this song, even though it's pretty vulnerable.
Right. Does that help you process through that stuff? Like, I don't know, sending it out there into the world, does that help you, like, have a better relationship with it?
It just helps me to know that it might help other people, you know?
Okay, sure.
And that it's not just, like, from me, that,
Yeah, no, I like that. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. You guys can roll into your last song when you're ready.
your secret hotel. You know I know you better than yourself. Keeps you up at night. No, you can't be to yourself. Tension feels so palpable. You could cut it with a knife. Losing my mind. Losing my
You're watching Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with Hazel English. You can get the double EP Just Given / Never Going Home, which is out now, and check them out tonight at Lincoln Hall with Mitski and Mia Folick if you're in or around the Chicago area. Also, they'll be on tour through the 20th of November about, so you can check them out there. I looked at you like you all would know. It's probably so far from your mind at this moment what the end of tour is. Anyway, thank you so much for performing. Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew for hooking it up, and viewers, thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading or streaming the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks, and send a shout via social media to us or them if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.